Okay, hey guys, this is Infected Productions. I'm I guess you can call me the head editor for our channel. We recently started making action videos. We're not pros, but we've learned most of our tricks from Freddy W, Quarter Digital. Punisher is also really good at them. Anyway, today I'm going to show you a basic one called Muzzle Flashes. As you can see here, I already got stuff keyed in. Just a quick muzzle flash. Right, boom. With a smoke puff. I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, so essentially what I have, I've dragged in a muzzle flash image, just like that. Okay, and we'll get to how to move the black background away anyway. So you can see, and then see, I have my stock footage where I take the recoil, which is about right here. So that's where I'm going to want to put my flash in. And you just resize it. And keep in mind, muzzle flashes are pretty big. When you go down here for mode, and you can hit the drag down menu and go to screen. This will get rid of the black background, but keep in mind, if you put a person on a black background, don't try to key them out, it'll give them a transparent look. So if you're filming a ghost, looks great, but not for a solid person. You'll hit W for a rotation tool, V to bring it back down for your selection tool. Now I like to keep my muzzle flashes a little bit off the gun, because if you look at action movies, they're not directly on the gun. Then we're gonna drag them along until it's 1 frame long, which should be right like that. Looks fine. Okay, now for smoke puff. It's pretty much just as simple. You just get a stock footage of smoke. This isn't the best one. It's from Detonation Films, which are actually great, by the way. You want to go to Detonation Films. They have amazing amounts of stock footage, and a lot of it's free too. Like all this stuff that you use here, except for After Effects, is free. So anyway, okay, so we have a smoke puff, and we're gonna do the same drag down menu for a screen. We're gonna put the smoke puff kind of right there on the gun, and we're gonna see how that makes it look. That looks pretty good. Now my shots are very successive and in quick succession, so it kind of looks like the smoke is kind of mingling together, which isn't always a bad thing, but keep in mind when you make an action movie, you don't want too many things on your screen. And you can see how I light up. I did not actually add this here. It's an ellipse tool, which you can make with anything. I'm gonna make a triangle right now, which isn't too bad. I mean, not a triangle, a rectangle, yeah. It's currently 11 o'clock at night, so I'm not all there. Now, you'd make an ellipse. I know you would make an ellipse. Don't get on me for this, but I'm gonna currently make this. Okay, anyway, this is just a quick drawing. What you want to do for this is the same thing up here as these masks. You're gonna take this mask. You're gonna enable the keyframes for the opacity of it. You're gonna bring it in so that when I shoot, find that muzzle flash. Huh? Okay, so there's my muzzle flash. You're going to bring it in so that when you shoot, just before you shoot actually, you want 0 opacity. Just as you shoot, I like to go up to 100. Makes, I don't know, I guess it makes it lifelike. Okay, then just after you shoot, I like to go down to 50, and then the next frame after that, I bring it down to 0. Okay, so then we're going to want to feather it. I feather this mask way more because, as you can see, it's very bright. So we're going to feather it up, which actually doesn't look bad. So if you want, you can use a rectangle. I learned something today. Okay, so your final product should look something like this. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. That's very rough. You can go down here for effects. As you can see here, right, where I'm clicking and my mouse is. Stylizes a glow effect. You can put a glow on your muzzle flash, which makes it look very nice. You can also put a glow on your camera to simulate the effect of the muzzle flash coming through the lens. And there's also There's so many other things. There's color correction, grain, blending modes, but I'm not going to go into that today. This is just a simple muzzle flash tutorial. So that doesn't look bad. I mean, as you can see, it's 1 frame long, so when I power through it like that, it doesn't look like it's actually there, but here's what you should have. Okay. So here's what your final product should look like.